Hola YouTube! This is Sean back with you with another Fooling Yourself for Greatness. So, last time we talked, I was one day before my 30th day on my 30-day challenge. And yes, I completed it, and I completed it with smashing success. It went amazingly, and over the weekend, to celebrate my 30th day, I went and test drove a version of the car that I am going to buy or I'm going to own, and went and just spent some time with my family and my boys and had a really good time. So the thing I'm going to kind of go over today is, okay, I've committed. I did my contract. I did my chart, and I have dedicated 30 days to really committing to this process. And I have, if you're like me, and if you really gave it an honest effort, then you had amazing success in some degree. Maybe not in every degree, but you had some success, and you had a lot of days that were absolutely incredible. So you get to the end of the 30 days. Now what? That's what we're going to talk about. So I'm going to tell you my approach and what I'm doing beyond the 30 days. So right now, I am on day one. I ended my 30 days on Saturday. Yesterday, Sunday. Today's Monday. And I started another 30 days. I'm calling it the 30-day challenge phase 2. And originally I was saying take 2, but it's not take 2 because take generally implies that the first one failed. And anyone who watches any of my videos know that my first take did not fail at all. It succeeded. It was a wonderful success. So this is phase 2. And what I'm going to do is I wrote down, I still have my original goal, which of course, my $1 million. I officially changed the date from 5 years, which would be August 31st of 2022 to 2020. So in 3 years, because I know that I can do that. I know that's realistic, and I know that I can do that. I can be at the $1 million mark by 2020. That's 3 years away. Already things are going insane, and it's only 30 days in. So I've set a number of sub goals that I will be working on this month in line to help me achieve my ultimate goal. Now, I want to make very clear here that it's very important that whatever goals you make are directly in line with your ultimate goal, because what's going to happen is if you make a goal that doesn't coincide, it doesn't make sense, or it doesn't contribute to the ultimate goal, then you're spinning your wheels. You're not going to accomplish anything. So the goals that I put down for this month, now when I look at my card every day, it's still going to say my original goal, but I went and I wrote down, and I'm going to continue to write down every other day or every once a week maybe, rewrite down my goals, reevaluate. It should always be a reevaluation when you're talking about sub goals, when you're talking about the ways you're going to get to your big accomplishment. Now, so what I wrote down was, by Halloween, the 31st of October, I will have increased my income an additional $2,000 a month. Now, if you didn't watch my last video, I was really excited to announce that this month, although I I expected any earnings I achieved to come from the website and the online stuff that I started. And actually that hasn't taken off yet. It's about to, it's going to, but it hasn't yet. And so I was feeling a little disappointed, and then I came to the realization that ending my 30th day, I made more money in one pay period than I ever have with this company by over $800. So the biggest check I've ever had was less than $800, was over $800 less than what I earned this pay period, which is incredible and significant, and especially in a situation where my company is cutting back overtime, and I made the decision not to try to milk my time anymore and not try to get in extra overtime anywhere I can like I did before. And on top of that, a wonderful job opportunity fell in my wife's lap, and it is proving to be more lucrative than we expected. So just based on those two things, we increased our monthly income last month by $2,000 more than it would normally be. Now, so in other words, by Halloween, we are looking to make $4,000 more than we did when I started the 30-day program. And I think $2,000 a month is going to be my goal indefinitely. I'm going to work and achieve $2,000 increase in monthly income every month. And I'll reevaluate as time goes on. So that's my number one sub goal. I decided that I'm going to make a point to give 3 compliments a day to new people every day. New compliments. Little things like, one big thing is that I've really learned the importance of problem solving and seeing a problem through, and I was tested last week in a way that was pretty profound. And what I learned is that there was 3 or 4 different situations, including one that my wife came to me with, which all these situations would have been, previous to this challenge, would have been situations where we said, okay, I give up, there's nothing we can do. And I would have given up, and I would have gone to someone else and tried to have someone else solve the problem, or I would have just given up. And what I did instead was, when I felt like giving up, I changed my attitude and I said, you know what? Life is all about solving problems, and I'm going to solve this problem. All it is a problem that needs to be solved. It's not a catastrophe. It's not an end-all be-all. It's just a problem that needs to be solved, and I have the power to solve it. And I sat there, in almost every single case, all of the cases, I solved to a very happy ending. Every single one of them. And 3 out of the 4 that I can think of were incredibly easy. I mean, just a little bit more. Just where I was about to give up, I just pushed on a little bit further and solved it so easy. One of them I had to work at a little bit, but we got it. So that's the other thing that I really am going to focus on this time, is I'm going to see every problem that I come up against to a happy resolve. And that's really what it is whatever you did in your first 30 days, think about what you did and be proud of what you accomplished. Be thankful for what you accomplished, but be honest with yourself in the areas that you could have done better, and figure out in your mind what areas are just as important that I did not focus on, or that I did not do as good as I wanted to on. Focus on those areas and make those your sub goals. Make those for this month. That's your job, to work on those things. And every month you can continue on doing this, month after month after month, and you will just work on a little thing each time. If it's just another goal, it doesn't have to, it doesn't always have to be making yourself better, but it could be a goal. Say, okay, I want to learn how to play piano this month, or begin to, or I want to, go on a trip here, or, you can also do these things annually. The guy that wrote Chicken Soup for the Soul, he talks about the same thing, but annually. Every year he gets out and he writes all the things that he wants to accomplish in a certain year. And he says, you know, he'll put 12 things on that list and 10 things he'll accomplish every year. So, you know, write your goals down and get excited about them. And by now you should be able to be excited, and you should be able to know how to get yourself, if you're not excited, get yourself excited and get yourself motivated to do this. And it'll just happen. And the only other part of it is, you know, continue to learn, continue to listen to the videos, watch the videos, and continue to follow through whatever massive action you're taking to get to your goal. Keep making those strides. The amazing part about this point right now, when you've gone through the 30 days, is that you can rest easy. The hardest part is absolutely over. And the reason why is because the hardest part of this process is retraining your brain, is reforming your brain waves and your brain functions, the trails or the brain connections in your brain. You know, over years and years, you do the same thing over and over again, and it makes your brain function a certain way. It's kind of like roads on our map. All the roads go a certain way. Well, when you do this, you rewrite the map. Your roads are going in different ways, in a more positive way. And after 21 days of doing this consistently, then you've officially changed things, and from now on, the change is made, which is the hardest part. Now it's just reinforcing those new positive roads that are going to make everything better and make your life more fulfilled. So right now you should feel amazing because you've already done the hardest part, and from now on, all you get to do is just learn and grow and continue on. And the other thing is that for me, I've done similar things in the past where they were you know, relevant for a couple weeks, and then they grew old and I grew out of them, and then I just let it fade away, and it was just a phase. It didn't stick. And at this point, you should be to a point where you should know it's not a phase. This is going to stick. You know, you've gone through past it where it's actually, you know, your visualization and your positive thinking has become a habit now. So if you backslide now, it's really just because you gave up and you really don't want to do it anymore. So as long as you're still interested and you still want to do it, there's no reason for you to backslide whatsoever. Everything should be perfect and go really well. So just stick to it and follow through and just continue on enjoying and just sit back and watch these amazing things happen. I'm telling you, every single day more amazing things happen. Today was another amazing, fantastic day. And you know, it just continues on and on and on. So until I see you tomorrow, keep fooling yourself for greatness until you don't have to fool yourself for greatness, because you are just greatness. And I'll see you tomorrow.